Hey crafters, today we're going to be coffin. Oh wait, not that kind of coffin. We're going to make miniature coffins. So let's go to the table and we'll start making those. Hey guys, here's the coffins in an actual graveyard setting. So you decide what's going on here. Is he being buried or is it a grave robber digging up the coffin? So yeah, I think those came out really nice. The lids actually come on and off the coffin and stay on the coffins. So let's go to the table and I'll show you how I made those. Make sure also that you watch part 2 when it hits the stores. Hey guys, the material we're going to use today is this thin cardboard, and a lot of shipping companies use this, and you can get it at the post office even. It has a really thin corrugation, and we're going to use that to our advantage. So I'm going to mark the corrugations on this piece of cardboard, turn to the side where it's easiest to see the corrugations, and then just mark the edge. And we actually need 7 corrugations, but you could make more if you wanted to make more of these coffins. Okay, so now I'm going to measure between the first one and cut it with a knife. I'm not cutting all the way through. And I'm going to use a pen to mark it, and that'll kind of bend the cardboard in, and I'll give you a really nice kind of plank-like texture on this. Okay, now I'll just mark and cut and drag the pen along 7 corrugations. So I'll just repeat that process until I get all 7 that I need for this project. Like I said, you could always make more if you're going to make more of these coffins. And just keep going here until I get them all marked and cut. And there we go. So I got my 7 and I'm ready for the project. So I need to cut these out. So I'm just using standard scissors and just go along. I'm cutting the bottom one off because it's actually a corrugation and a half, and I don't need that one. So then I'll cut 2 corrugations. That'll be the walls of the edges of the coffin. And I'll cut 5, and that will be the top and the bottom of the coffin. So I'll just cut that out. And you can see the nice corrugations there. The pen did a nice job of bending them inward. So there we go. Now I need to make a template for the top and the bottom of the coffin. And I'm going to measure 1.5 inches up for the length. And so I'll just measure it straight up. And then 1/2 inch at the bottom. And I'll mark that. And 1/2 inch at the top, and I want to go down to the midpoint, and that'll be 1/2 inch. And then coming out from the midpoint is going to be 7/16 on each side, so not quite an inch. And so you want to get 14/16 instead of 16. And so I'll connect the dots, and then I'll have my coffin top and bottom template. And I'll just make it a lot easier to measure out those pieces. Okay. So now I'll cut that out, and I'll be ready to go with the tops and bottoms. There we go, the nice coffin shape. I'm going to use that on my 5-piece corrugation, and I'll just hold it on there with a finger, and then just mark around the template so that I get a nice piece. And now I just need to cut it out. Now be careful when you're cutting this out, because the edge of the corrugation can come off or bend, so be careful with that at this stage. So we'll just cut that off. And now this will be the edge of the coffin all the way around. So what I need to do is I'm going to measure it all one piece. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1 inch, and then 1/2 inch. Okay? So let's cut that off. And then I can bend it with the ruler. The ruler makes it really easy to bend. If you bend with your hands, you won't get them straight. So bend that up and get the nice coffin shape. And I can just trim it if I need to. And so I'll get my nice shape there. Now I will hot glue it. So hot glue the end and just bend it around and hold it for a few seconds. You can pull off the extra hot glue if you need to. Let that dry up and you got a nice coffin shape. Now here's my bottom piece, and I have the coffin edges there. So I'm just going to go around with the hot glue gun on the cardboard and glue it to the bottom there. Now make sure you put this on, you line it up correctly, and then pull off any hot glue, excess hot glue you have. Just use your finger and And then I had my actually bottom was a little longer than that, so I just cut it off with some scissors. Now I'm going to reinforce the corrugation on this, and I'm going to hide the corrugation on the edges there by using white glue. So I'll just, whoops. So I'll just go around and hide the corrugation as well as reinforce the corrugation on the bottom. And I'll just let that dry up, and it'll be nice and solid. So now here's the top, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just rub some white glue on it, and that'll really get in the cracks of that corrugation and reinforce it. Okay. So now that's all dry, and I want to do the bottom. I'm going to do a bar on the back of the top, and I'm just using one corrugation length that I've cut, and I'll just glue that on with white glue, and then put some white glue on the edges. That'll reinforce it, and just pull it out with a toothpick, and all set. Now I'm going to go around the edges of the top, and that'll hide the corrugation of the top itself. So that white glue just gets in all those small corrugations and hides them. Okay, so now I've got my the bottom of my coffin. I'm just going to go around the inside, and this will just be a nice reinforcement to this, so the hot glue doesn't come loose for some reason. And I'll just use my toothpick, spread it around, and be all set. There we go. So make sure to join us for the second part of this coffin video. Hey crafters, I hope you enjoyed this vid, the last in a series of haunted vids. Make sure to check out the other vids I've released this month, other for Halloween. I've got graves and this haunted location, and now I'm going to release coffins, so make sure you check those out. Make sure to give your Scotty a like if you did like the vid. Also share if you know people who would enjoy this kind of stuff. And if you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe. Make sure to check out my forum and Facebook group. Some wonderful people, great ideas, lots of inspiration. And last but not least, go forth and craft.
Da-da-da. Hey, what's this lone coffin doing out of its grave? Very unusual. Should I open it? Of course I should! I'm an adventurer!